It is live in the Studio B session.
Happy Friday, everybody. We are recording live from the fresher studio with no on-air presence today, unfortunately.
What if it's an unhappy Friday?
I think it's
I don't care.
If you're Randy Gregory, it might be a happy Friday. He's off to a new
Imagine going
winning
from
team.
Denver to the 49ers.
You're gonna win a championship that way. You're
Swing
gonna
the
win
ring, bro.
Hey man, everybody's going for it. You guys
I
are
feel like
doing it by joining this radio station and listening to us, even though we're not live right now. But you guys are listening to Coin Toss, which is always
sir.
on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. I feel like I have to do it even though we're not live.
Yeah.
You know what we can do when we're not live, though?
What?
You can subscribe to us on Instagram.
Hell yeah.
Follow our Facebook. Subscribe to us on Instagram, did I say? I'm
YouTube,
terrible.
baby.
Sub on YouTube.
Follow us on YouTube.
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram. Do the whole 9. Tune in every week. Friday, 4 to 5 p.m.
Hopefully TikTok soon.
That shit ain't a suggestion, it's a demand.
Yeah, so
Anyway.
we just got to let you know you are
said
listening to the best talk show in the universe, sports talk show in the universe.
Which
Come
happens
on.
to always kick off on a Friday, which means that we always have a nice Thursday night football game the night before we do
yes,
this.
sir.
And this past Thursday night, the Bears beat the brakes off of the Commanders for the most part last night. Sam Howell was getting absolutely mugged the entire night.
Yes.
5 sacks.
Yep.
DJ Moore. I mean, there's so much to talk about in this game. So.
I am a victim of watching the Bears go 0-4. Thought that they were done as an organization. Traded away DJ Moore the
I
night.
told you not to do it. I
before.
told you to keep him.
The night before, I literally was thinking to myself, I could get Breece Hall, and especially after hearing Robert Saleh say, "All right, we're cutting the workload, the snap count on Breece."
Don't care.
I like Breece.
Still don't care.
You do care, though.
I like Breece.
No, because he shouldn't have traded DJ Moore. Is my point.
Yeah, I fell victim
I'm not.
to that.
I'm not gonna sit here and you can't make excuses for that.
I
don't
mean,
know.
But yeah, as our good friend Micah just said, yesterday night's Thursday game was an absolute body show. They were getting destroyed out there offensively. Defensively, it looked like at times that both teams were ready to play because I think both teams had an A pick.
Saw our boy Jaquan Brisker celebrating a bunch of times for plays that he didn't do anything about.
That was crazy.
My friends and I were watching the game last night, and I think Sam Howell overthrew Diami Brown in the end zone. I think it was that play.
Oh yeah,
down the middle, right?
The corner broke. It didn't break it up, but he clamped him up a little bit, and then Jaquan Brisker stands up and starts doing this. Sit your ass down, dog.
I do think the Bears' defense actually looked better. They had 2 sacks going into that game, and I think last night they had
5.
They had 5 last night.
5 on Sam Howell.
Yeah,
They had 5 last night.
I will
That's kinda
also say
crazy.
though, you know who looked good on the opposite side defensively? Chase Young. He had a
He
sack
did
or
actually look
two.
pretty
He
good.
got consistent pressure. He looks like his old self again, which is great to see.
He's so fast, bro.
Oh, yeah.
He's so
His
fast.
first move,
his first step is
is
faster than
quick.
maybe anybody in football.
yeah, it's very quick.
Besides
And
Micah Parsons.
I was gonna say him and Micah Parsons are pretty much almost the same kind of quickness. They have such a quick first step. You're just like, oh yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. But like you guys said, Sam Howell got bodied last night. He has now been sacked 29 times.
In 5 games, which is
Like if I'm a quarterback, I don't know. I don't
want to play for Washington.
First thing I'm gonna say is, do you guys have a problem with me? I'm asking my offensive line if they have a problem with me. Like, do I need to get you guys something
Maybe
specific
it's
for
me.
Christmas?
Yeah,
Like,
no, seriously. I mean, if you're getting sacked out here, getting put on a T-shirt 29 times in 5 games, that is a significant problem. I mean, I think we said this on the show a couple weeks ago. Can anybody name one offensive lineman on
Yeah, we were talking
Washington?
about
And
Charles
Charles Leno Jr. was the only one that we were able to name.
yeah.
I don't even think he plays for them.
I don't know. Either. They don't have Scherf anymore.
I don't know.
Right?
Yeah, he's on the Jags.
Yeah, they don't have Scherf anymore.
What do you guys think though? Like, I mean, we will get to the Chicago side since they're the winners, but
Yeah, of course.
if we're talking 29 sacks in 5 games, your offense looked great at first. You started off the season 2-0, and then you finally started
Then
playing
he
real competition.
Played Buffalo and threw 4 picks, but that's okay.
Yeah, you started playing real competition and you got brought back down to earth. But Eric Bieniemy at first looked like an amazing offensive coordinator.
He is an amazing offensive coordinator.
My question to you guys before we get to the Chicago, with how they lost last night to a team that was 0-4 and had so much dysfunction on the field and off the field, do you think it's time for good old Riverside Riverboat Ron to pack it up and get out of town?
I don't
and
think
it becomes
that,
Eric's team.
You can't put this loss on Ron Rivera. You can't blame Ron Rivera.
Dude, you think about it. Ron's a defensive head coach.
Okay.
They just lost to the
I know.
Bears
And
by 40.
I know. It was.
I mean, not 40, but they put a 40 piece on them.
I know.
And one receiver had for 8 catches, 238 yards.
Yeah, you dropped 49 fantasy points last night, DJ Moore. I mean,
yeah.
Career game, but I don't think that this game is mean that you just can Ron Rivera.
I mean, maybe not this game, but do you think this might be his last season?
I think he's maybe a little bit on thinner ice than he was for sure, but I can't sit here and say that he has a lot to work with on Washington, especially.
Yeah, I can agree with that. He doesn't really have a lot to work with. I think the D-line is very good, but outside of that, like Kendall Fuller looked terrible last night. I think the rookie corner Forbes is really good. He did get cooked by A.J. Brown, but there are guys in this defense that he can move around and piece with and stuff, but I do think when your offense is playing terrible, you're not giving the defense any leverage to win the game. You're leaving Chase Young on the field after a bunch of 3-and-outs in the first half. Chase Young, Deron Payne, this whole entire defensive line is staying on the field for a majority of the first half. The time possession game, you have to win it. You have to run the ball better. Brian Robinson looked awful running the ball in the first half yesterday.
He's not that great.
He's not good.
He's not that good.
He has a tax on him.
But go ahead, Micah. Do you feel you were just about to say you don't think Ron time yet?
It's more or less what Connor was getting into. I mean, when your defense is on the field way too much, your offensive line is literally just Swiss cheese.
The O line's a big problem.
It's a big problem. I think the run game. There's no shot. Listen, Brian Robinson Jr. has had one really good game this year and a couple solid ones.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a 3-down feature back. I don't think
he's honestly just a bruiser back, and they throw him the ball in checkdowns.
And Gibson, they don't use correctly at all anymore.
I saw him on one play down the sideline. They had him stretched out and on a wheel. No, it wasn't even it was like a fade, just like I don't know if it was a fade or a wheel route, but he was all the way outside on the outside of the numbers going against a safety, beat him right down the field.
Receiver depth is another thing. I mean, you have Terry McLaurin and Jahan Dotson. Diami Brown's your wide receiver 3. Come on, you got to get something better than that. They brought back
Curtis Samuel.
Oh yeah, they do have Curtis Samuel.
Yeah, they do have Curtis Samuel.
That's my
the last drive of the game, the feature wide receivers were Brian Pringle, Curtis Samuel, and there was another one who and Diami Brown, like you just said, and Jahan Dotson and Terry McLaurin aren't on the field.
I mean, that's another question. That's another question with me. What's going on with that wide receiver room? Terry McLaurin, scary Terry.
Is not very scary.
And not at all. He went from levels of boogeyman under the bed scary to you're just Monsters and Inc. guy that comes and makes me laugh in my room.
Like Drake on a track with Sexy Red and SZA.
Not
that scary.
You're not that scary. And I'm trying to sit here and think to myself, what are we doing? And that's where I'm at. If I'm Washington fans, I'm not gonna say this game is end all be all. Do I think if you continue on the road, which they have a possibility of doing, so let's look at what we have left for Washington's schedule, right? Let's look what we have left for their schedule.
You got to play the Eagles again. You got to play Dallas twice.
You got to play the New York Football Giants twice.
Yeah, hold on.
We're not hype about that.
We're not hype about that.
Okay, so your next game after the Bears, you got Falcons, Giants, Eagles.
Okay, so 2 winnable games and then Philly.
Philly,
Patriots, Seahawks for the next 3.
Okay, yeah, their schedule isn't that bad.
It's not that awful. They can realistically go 4-1 in that span.
Yep.
And then after that, you got at least Cowboys, Miami, LA, Jets, Niners, and then the end of season with Dallas.
My God, that is a terrible back
Yeah,
half.
okay.
And like
Oh
I
my
don't know
God.
where they right the ship to the point where
They're not going to
as
make
a
the
fan
playoffs.
base, I know not make the playoffs. I'm not saying you make the playoffs, but as a fan base, you're gonna start talking. And with the new ownership, if you're hearing your fans tell you, "All right, enough's enough," you're the new owners. Get a guy in there that you want, because when you think about it, Ron was a part of what was
Dan
former
Snyder's
Dan
regime,
Snyder's
yeah.
regime. So if you want the new regime to get their guys in, which I do think the new regime likes Eric Bieniemy, I think
do
they
we
might
think-
give him the head coaching job.
Is he the
I think
guy, though?
I think if the season ends, all right, how many games do we think they're pulling? Falcons, maybe one
They can get
against
eight-
us,
they can get eight wins.
once against the Giants. So we're talking maybe 7 to 8 wins.
Okay.
I think if they have under 7 wins, you throw him out.
All right, so question for the both of you. Eric Bieniemy obviously was influenced heavily by Andy Reid in Kansas City. That's without question. Do you think that all of his, his coaching prowess is specifically just a branch off of Andy Reid? Do you think that he can actually succeed without Andy Reid, like overseeing him?
That's what I was gonna say to you. Do I think he's a surefire, like a shoo-in to be a head coach? I think if you're talking about this last year, absolutely, he's Eric Bieniemy. He led the best offense in football for 4 years, but now he's in Washington, and obviously the talent level is lower. But great coaches are supposed to elevate their players. And you look at their best player on offense, Terry McLaurin has not done anything. Logan Thomas looked like,
Old.
I'm not going to say like that good, but he wasn't terrible. Like, there are guys who are doing it seems like they have roles,
Yeah,
right?
and watching the game last night, Sam Howell didn't look bad. He made some
Three
really
388,
he,
2
well,
TDs,
yeah,
one pick.
a lot was garbage time chucking the ball up, but he made a lot of tight window throws last night.
And he can run around a little bit. I didn't know he had it like
he's
that.
got a little bit of wheels. I forgot he did run in college a lot, but
did
I
know
mean,
that.
so what's your take? You go under 7. They're getting Ron out of there. I do think Eric Bieniemy is well liked enough to where you pair him with a knowledgeable GM and he could work with it. He's made Sam Howell look decent. I don't know what's going on in the wide receiver room. You draft Jahan Dotson and you thought he was going to be the guy. He obviously hasn't turned out to be the guy. So I think you get Eric Bieniemy in there as head coach, not just OC. You get in a GM that knows what he's doing. You restart.
You also, and obviously, there's plenty of holes. The offensive line and the secondary probably being the two biggest, like glaring downsides.
I don't
to
really
that
think
team.
the secondary is that bad.
You don't think it's that bad?
Cam Curl is pretty good,
Cam Curl's great. One and a half players don't make a second.
and then the corners aren't bad either.
I mean, after watching last night's game, I don't know about
What's
that.
What's the rookie's name? Emmanuel Forbes.
Yeah.
I like him.
Forbes, he's not bad.
I like him a lot.
Fuller is washed.
He's okay.
Fuller is
He's
washed.
okay.
So what's your just to get the answers out of you guys though? Yes or no? Ron out under 7 or under 8?
Yeah, but
Do you think it's Eric Bieniemy?
I don't.
Just
think
give me
it's-
yes or no.
I don't think it's EB.
So
I think Ron will go, but I don't think it's EB.
Okay.
I think Ron will get fired undeservingly.
And then do
That's a
you
good
think
take,
EB?
too.
Do you think EB becomes
Yes.
the head?
Yes.
All right. All right.
Poor-
So
poor Washington fans.
yeah, Washington fans. That wraps up yesterday for you guys. Hopefully you do pull it together and you don't let go of. In Micah's eyes, let go of Riverboat Ron. He likes him, but
I do like Ron Rivera.
let's move over to the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, this was a Justin Fields. I don't even know what's going on.
Masterclass.
I
bro.
can't even say masterclass. Watching the game, I mean, he completed under 60% of his passes. DJ Moore did pretty much all of the work on 2 out of the 3
A
touchdowns.
lot of it was in the
that-
second half, though. He was
Yes.
9 for 13
Justin,
in the first half.
Justin Fields did. He missed a lot. He overthrew DJ Moore wide open in the end zone on one.
Yeah.
And he missed Darnell Mooney. He underthrew Darnell Mooney. He
Oh,
had to come
and
back
then
to win.
the Brown touchdown in the back of the end zone. It was fingertips
I
away.
know.
Oh no, that was Sam Howell. I apologize,
Yeah.
Sam Howell. I apologize. But I think Justin Fields looked great though. in the last two games, he's looked way better than what most people were saying. Robotic.
No, I agree.
Very,
he has
force
looked
him to
better
be
as
a pocket passer kind of thing.
He's looked more polished as a passer, but he still isn't looking like the passer that they need him to be if they're going to stick with him as their franchise quarterback.
That's the thing with me. He hasn't shown this year the passing prowess that everyone thought he was going to take with DJ Moore in the offense. And now that I'm thinking about it, like, adding a wide receiver does not make you throw the ball better.
No.
Like,
No.
I like the logic. Like, you're going to get this guy. You're going to be able to give him the ball more. It's going to be more productive for the offense.
Yeah.
But, like, pretending like Justin Fields was going to be this MVP candidate and all this stuff is just completely outrageous. He played a good game. He ran the ball a lot. They, dialed up a lot of design runs, which they weren't really doing in the first 3 weeks. And
Khalil Herbert looks great, by the way.
Khalil Herbert does look great. Roshan Johnson did leave that game with a concussion.
Went on the field. He looks great.
Their running back room though
really
is a
good.
little
Cole
very
Kmet-
banged up.
Cole Kmet stays as an underrated tight end.
Yes.
I love Cole Kmet.
I ended up picking him up and leaving him on my bench on accident.
He's on my He's on like every one of my.
I
fantasy
started him in a
teams.
flex spot this week.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Very,
I have
very-
Jake Ferguson too.
Oh, that's not that bad.
I have Kmet and Ferguson as my tight ends too.
That's not bad. That's not a bad little tight end flex.
Attaboy.
Firm.
Little firmer handshake.
So
So let me ask you
If we had
guys.
like
though.
viewers, like we'd probably get shipped. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think we will. I'm telling you, it's only a matter of time.
I'm saying
that
I feel like a big following.
with our
yeah.
big interview that will eventually come.
Yeah.
You guys don't know, but we have one in the books for you guys. When that one
stay
hits,
tuned for sure.
and when that one hits, I think we definitely grow. Our fan base doubles.
Shabby.
I think it doubles. But to bring it back in, let me give you guys some stats though. In 2 weeks, this is 2 games, not a lot for anything, but for an 0-4 team, this means a lot, especially for a quarterback that's on that team. 2 weeks, 617 yards, 8 TDs, no picks.
Yeah.
You're not interested, y'all? Are you guys buying that? Are you buying that?
I'm interested, but I'm not going to sit here and say that Justin Fields is all of a sudden a polished passer. Like, yeah, the stats were there. The stats were there this past game. But he's still missing easy throws that he can't miss. Justin Fields should have had close to 400 yards and at least 5 touchdowns last game.
Yeah, the Broncos. Jeez, I'm off.
That's different.
The Commanders really didn't play well on the back side of the defense. I think that secondary did not play to what they should be. This defense should be terrorizing people.
Yeah.
I don't understand how they're this bad right now.
The defensive line with Chase Young, Jonathan Allen,
Deron Payne, Sweat
Montez
too.
Sweat.
Yeah,
Like, Jesus Christ.
they should be a lot better.
They should be so good. And to piggyback off of that, I do think Justin Fields, as a passer, leaves a lot to be desired. But when you're not that good of a passer, I'm going to compare him to Jalen Hurts right now, and do not get mad at me for doing so, because I'm just saying, stylistically, they are kind of the same player as when before Jalen had that breakout. Like Jalen, he always had the legs.
No, agreed.
He always had the legs.
Yeah.
And he still was kind of raw as a passer, and I think a lot of that has to do with coaching.
Yeah,
And that's a big problem in Chicago right now,
Yeah.
as we know.
Yeah.
Albert Fuss is terrible.
They're
Yeah.
all bad, bro. I like the OC, though. He coached.
What the hell's that guy's
He
name?
coached a good.
Eberflusen.
No, that's the head coach.
Eberflusen.
Oh, is that?
Wait.
Yeah, it's
No,
Eberflusen.
Eberflusen is, I think, their offense.
Elber Fuss, right? It's
No, Eberflusen.
that's the head coach.
No.
No, I promise not. Check that.
No, the head coach is Matt Eberflus. It's
Yeah.
not Eberflusen.
Okay.
Um,
Eberflus. Okay.
The OC is a different guy though.
Who is their OC?
They were saying his name a lot last night.
Yeah,
and I
they
keep
talked to him
forgetting
at
it.
halftime and everything.
He coached a great game last night, and I do think that people who are, discounting the Bears because they're so bad, Justin Fields is terrible. If they had a good defense,
Luke Getsy.
There, okay, there we
Look,
go.
if the Bears had a good defense and Tremaine Edmonds and TJ Edwards were playing like they were actually
Supposed
worth the amount of money that they were given,
Yeah.
I think this team is okay. I think it's a middle of the pack, maybe a low seed playoff team at their peak.
What, Chicago?
A wild
If
card
their
snatcher.
defense, if their defense is okay,
A wild card snatcher.
they need someone up front.
I'm gonna
bro.
be honest.
Yeah.
They're my least favorite team in that division.
You know who they need? Someone like a Jalen Carter.
Well,
yeah, obviously, everybody
use
can use a Jalen
No, but
Carter.
I hear.
No, I
what
only
you're
say
saying.
that. I only say that because they passed on him in the draft.
No, yeah, of course.
But
All right, so let me interest you guys in some other more big stats, because there was another player that went absolutely nuclear, and we spoke about it earlier. I was a victim to trading him away, and there were probably a lot of other victims throughout this fantasy football night. DJ Moore, 8 catches, 230 yards, and whopping 3 TDs. After the third one, he was like 1,
2,
2,
3.
3.
He's a set it and forget it wide receiver 1 in fantasy.
wide
borderline.
receiver 1.
Borderline, not set
Rest
and
of
forget.
season. Rest of season. Puka or DJ Moore.
With Cup back, if Cup
Cup back full speed.
if Cup plays
DJ
the rest
Moore.
of the year, DJ Moore.
I'm gonna take DJ Moore.
Amon Ra. It's easily Amon Ra.
Amon Ra.
Don't
Amon Ra. No. I'd take DJ due to Amon Ra's injury problems. Amon Ra's might
problems?
be out. He might be
Incorrect.
out this weekend
He's
with
doubtful.
with abdominal
Incorrect.
abdominal pain.
Wrong, Amon Ra.
Wrong.
I think Amon Ra's on the better offense with the better quarterback, and I definitely
Obviously.
think he's the better option.
He's more talented than DJ Moore,
I'm just
too.
saying the injury. I'm just talking injury.
But what
This
is
is his second injury. First, it was the toe or something that kept
Yeah,
him
he
out,
played the week
Ankle.
after though.
or ankle.
He played the week after. on
Yeah,
that.
I'm not saying that he's not playing. What I'm saying
Got
is
the
you're
20
getting
piece.
hurt. There's 16 games in the season. After every 2 games, you're coming up with a new injury. Or 17, sorry. 17 in a season. And every 2 games, you're
he's
coming
old.
up with injuries.
Yes.
He doesn't remember the new schedule.
Amon Ra St. Brown over DJ Moore, 10 out of 10 times.
Yes, but I'm saying
with
the injuries.
With the injuries, I'm still taking
I don't
Amon Ra
know.
St. Brown over DJ Moore.
What about Smitty?
What I will say to that is,
Devonta Smith.
what I will say to that is,
So he's a
what
wide
is
receiver
the best?
Back end.
What is the best ability? Availability.
Scoring touchdowns.
All right, this guy.
volume? Anyway,
But yeah.
That's actually facts. Volume.
So
Amon Ra's 15
speaking of volume, 230, 3 TDs off a very small volume of 8 catches, but that's insane.
I wouldn't consider 8 catches small.
I mean,
volume.
small, but you know what I mean.
How many targets he had?
I think he had 10.
10,
Yeah,
10.
10 targets.
10,
he
I
went
think.
8 for 10.
You made it sound like he played like Justin Field, like targeted him like 20 times.
Yeah, no.
You made it sound like
No,
it.
No, with 8 receptions, he was like, 8 receptions isn't small.
No, I'm saying like he was saying how inefficient Justin was being. But
I-
Justin ended up at the end of the night. He was
couldn't hit the
19
rest-
for
No,
31.
I'm pretty sure he was like 15 for 29.
he threw.
Oh,
he-
15 for
I read a
29?
stat this morning that he only threw to 3 receivers.
Yeah, it was just Komet, Logan Thomas, and
Logan Thomas is
not-
definitely a bear.
I'm-
It was DJ Moore, Cole Kmet, and Robert Tonyan.
Yes, Robert
Darnell
Tonyan,
Mooney. Darnell Mooney.
Darnell
Only
Mooney
targeted.
got like 1
Only
or 2
3.
catches.
Only 3 players at a ball though.
Yeah, I think Darnell Mooney
Yeah,
got
he targeted him 4 times. And
yeah, he
them all
missed
4
every.
times.
Yeah, he missed all 4.
Equinemius missed 1. Khalil Herbert, like as we saw, had the
Where he
ankle roll.
almost broke his leg.
He snapped his.
Almost was like just lost a foot. That's
TJ
okay.
Edwards played a good game.
So let's keep it on track though. My question to you guys, DJ Moore, rest of the year, where you already said he's not an automatic
He's a
start.
back end wide receiver.
He's a
one for
start.
the rest of the year.
Okay, so my question to you is: you see the game he's having, you see what's going on with Justin Fields and with this organization. What's your take on the organization? They're now 1-4. So they got rid of Chase Claypool. He was just announced, I think, last night or this morning to have been traded to Miami.
For 6th round
Miami.
pick.
Yeah.
Okay,
So what's your take? Rest of the year, how many they winning? What are they going to continue to tank and try to get Caleb Williams?
I don't, off the top of my head, I don't know their schedule, but if I were to guess, I would probably give them a total of 5 wins.
Ooh,
this
that's
year,
generous.
Maybe
That is so generous.
I got the
Maybe.
rest of the
They're
schedule
not. They're
here.
not beating the Packers.
Maybe I could see them squeaking one out against the Packers. If
I
Jordan
got
Love is
you.
off.
Go one game at a time. And we'll tell you if it's a W or a loss.
All right, ready? Vikings,
L.
Yeah.
Raiders,
L.
W.
Chargers,
L.
L.
Saints.
W.
L.
That's
That
could go
defense is
either way.
crazy.
I tell
it's
you,
gonna be
the
L.
defense is too good. I'm taking L on that one. Panthers,
W.
Lions,
L.
Vikings,
L.
L.
Lions again,
L.
Another loss.
Browns,
L.
I think
L.
I think that one could go either
That's
way.
that's
I think that
that's
one could go either way.
blasphemous.
I
That's
think that could go either
blasphemous.
way.
The
That
Browns
is terrible.
The Browns defense.
Myles Garrett is going to put Darnell Wright in a blender, bro.
Yeah, I will say one thing
Oh
about
my
the Browns.
God.
Offensively, they haven't been all there yet. They
Doesn't
still got to
matter
work
if you
on
have
it.
that good of a
But
defense.
I know.
defensively, they're
But
too
do you
good.
think that defense is going to keep that up the rest of the year?
Yes, as long as they stay
I
healthy.
guarantee you
As long as
Denzel
they stay
Ward is
healthy.
like putting DJ Moore in a box.
All right.
As long as they stay healthy,
All right,
I'm gonna take that.
Moving on.
Cardinals.
Ooh,
W.
That could go either
W.
way. Another one that could go either
That's
way.
a split. I think.
I think that
might be a
That's a
W, though.
coin toss, but I'll take a. I'll give them the W for that one.
That's a what?
Low key might go.
That's a coin toss.
Ding. All right.
Hey, editor, where
Season
whoever
shit.
the editors are, you guys got to make sure that ding, get that in there.
I got you.
Then you got Cardinals, and then you got Falcons.
L. Bijan.
Okay.
I mean,
Bijan's phenomenal. I love Bijan.
if Drake London performs, Bijan and Drake London could take down single-handedly take down a Bears
Drake
team.
London is top one Drake of all time.
And then
Album was mid.
to end it out the season, they have the Packers.
L.
L. I only counted 3 W's there and make
Yeah.
give them 4.
That's not good.
I don't know, bro. Look, it's just tough. You can't it's hard to predict it that far. You know,
Yeah.
like Rashawn Johnson could turn into Jesus Christ, and we couldn't predict that right now. Like,
I mean,
Anyway, all right, anyway, we've talked enough about this Thursday night marquee matchup of two dumpster fires. I think it's time to move on.
we got other big news that did happen this week, which was the announcement of, a lot of old players saying, you know what? Y'all were talking too much trash on the USA, and what we put out for the FIBA World Cup was not our finest work.
And now they're assembling the Basketball Avengers.
It's literally the greatest team that we could put out ever. LeBron has said he would commit.
Wait.
Might be the greatest team.
Dream Team. Are you?
I think this might be the caliber of the Dream Team, though.
it's gonna be close.
This
Y'all
might be the
think so?
caliber.
Y'all think
This
that's wild.
we'll
gonna be
have to
close.
do a poll. We'll do a poll
Right.
we'll do a poll on the Instagram and everything. But if we're looking at the Dream Team currently, right? Did the camera go off?
Yeah,
Oh no. We lost so much footage. Hopefully
that's tough. We might not have.
Hopefully we didn't lose too much footage.
I think
But-
it's gonna keep going off though.
Yeah. We'll see. But yeah. This team that might be assembled is nuts. LeBron James,
Yes.
Steph Curry,
Great.
Kevin Durant.
Fire.
Now, Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
Bam Adebayo is also committed.
That is nuts. Like we
Devin
have
Booker is also committed. I'm pretty
Jason
sure.
Tatum possible.
This team's really good, Mike.
This
It's a
team is.
phenomenal team.
It's really good.
It's an amazing team.
I mean,
They're not
It's
obviously,
the best team that we're going to have put out since the Dream Team.
I'm not gonna say that. I will give Dream Team maybe the size advantage.
Size doesn't matter anymore.
It doesn't as much as
basketball,
I mean as
Is that what you're getting told, Connor?
No.
But yeah, no, I mean, I think this is an amazing pickup for Team USA.
It was really worth it.
This is an
Good
amazing pickup for Team USA.
All right,
Honestly,
let me-
with
I'm
two
gonna-
other teams that could have
And
gotten
honestly,
him.
like I like it for Joel. Like he wants to, do what he wants to do. But I do understand the backlash that he's getting for not playing for Cameroon or France.
I gotta pull up the Dream Team roster because like we need to actually look at this.
pull up the picture. I'll tell you everyone right now.
Really?
Okay.
Swear to God, I will.
We're looking at it now. But yeah, like we said, Joel Embiid did announce this week he will be playing for Team USA in the 2024 Summer Olympics. So that is added to, like I just said, LeBron, KD, Steph, Jason Tatum, Devin Booker. You possibly are still going to get other players that are big name players to come.
No, of course.
And probably some of those players from the FIBA team. I think Anthony Davis might even be a name.
Hold on.
Do we have the Dream Team?
We gotta let Connor cook real quick.
We got the Dream Team up.
Just
All right.
based off the yearbook.
Left to right.
All right, let's
I'm
go.
gonna screenshot this. I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna put this in the video.
Yeah,
You gotta
we'll
send this to me
definitely.
later.
Yeah.
So left to right. We
Left
got
to right.
Scottie Pippen, number
Dog.
8. That's Christian Laettner, number 4.
Dog.
Right behind him is this. He's kind of a random Michael Jordan.
Dog.
Who?
Dog.
Larry Bird, number 7, right to the right of Jordan, right
He was
under
pretty good.
under Larry Bird is
Golden Retriever.
Patrick Ewing.
Patrick Ewing.
Pitbull.
Number 15 is Magic Johnson.
Oh, that guy is a Doberman.
That is Chris Mullin.
Oh,
Yeah.
we got a nice albino pit bull.
That's David Robinson.
Ooh, we're looking at what are we looking at? What's the great? No, what's the really big
Great
dog?
Dane?
Great Dane. There we
Yeah.
go. There we go.
Great day.
Great Dane.
Clyde Drexler.
Oh, he's a speedy little guy. So we're going Chihuahua there. We're gonna go with Chihuahua there.
Karl Malone.
Oh,
We don't talk about Karl
we would give him a dog, but
You can skip.
he definitely is a dog.
Deshaun Watson. Moving on.
We got my good friend Chuck
Oh yeah,
Charles
Mr.
Barkley.
Charles Barkley.
and John Stockton.
And the third best point guard.
I
of
will
all
say,
time.
just to throw it in there, American bully for Charles
That's
Barkley,
bad. That's
and then
bad.
John Stockton could easily be
John Stockton is the third best point guard ever.
No.
Border Collie.
No.
I just had to
Yes.
get that in there.
Yes, it is Curry Magic and then or Magic Curry and then
No, you had to read the first time.
Stockton. And then Stockton.
No.
All right, well,
And then
I
Oscar
mean,
Robertson.
we don't have a definite for the 2024 Olympic summer team yet, but that was the big news this week in basketball. Want to move on, though, because I know we got some insane editor we could put in up. Wait, actually, no, we'll do it after this.
Who's editor? Talk to me, bro.
We have Connor editing the videos, but we also have other people that said that would join with editing. So we got some people in the works.
I can't get this Drake.
The
out of my
videos
head,
is
bro.
gonna be amazing. But we got some big college games this weekend, gentlemen.
Can I lead this one off?
Go ahead. What do we got?
I'm the biggest Oklahoma fan in the room, so
Wait a minute. Are you actually an Oklahoma fan?
you got it.
No.
Oh,
Go
I
ahead,
was like-
Micah.
I was
Go
like,
ahead.
we're gonna-
We know Micah's dying for this one.
Best friends, bro.
Bar for
Anyway.
bar.
Anyway.
All right. So what we got?
Okay, so we got the Red River Showdown this week. We got
Woo woo.
Oklahoma going to Texas, and we got obviously two back burner Heisman contenders
Mm-hmm.
in Dylan Gabriel, QB for Oklahoma, and Quinn Ewers, QB for Texas, going head to head.
We're really calling Dylan Gabriel a
Look it up. I promise he's in like everybody's like back end of their top 10. He's in the back end of my top 10.
I mean, we understand why.
No,
No.
no
We
bias,
understand
no
why.
bullshit, no.
We
I mean,
understand.
I
why.
get it. It's just Oklahoma. Like, if they lose this week, he's probably just chalked.
If they lose this week, no playoffs for us for sure.
Oh, no
Well,
doubt.
obviously.
No doubt.
You guys aren't making it anyway.
Thanks.
My mission right now is just badmouth. Like,
no,
everything
don't
that comes out
worry.
of this
We'll
kid's
talk
mouth
to
about
Professor
Oklahoma.
Whiteside.
Nah, it's cool.
We'll talk to Professor Whiteside and make sure you guys get a look in there.
Yeah, but
I'm actually. Before you go off.
No, my fault. You good? I didn't mean to.
No, honestly, you should go.
No, because like, that was about go.
All right, so I do actually. I think Quinn Ewers is the third best quarterback in, like, if we're going based off prospect models. I think he's the third best quarterback prospect that we have right now in the country. I do like Xavier Worthy. Is his name correct? The
Yeah.
West-
The receiver, he's great.
Xavier Worthy is really good. I think.
Shout out to X.
Yeah. Shout out to X Man. Are you a Des Bryant guy?
I'm a Giants
The
fan.
hell was that?
I'm a Giants fan.
I mean,
That snarl that just came out. Sounds like a Pokemon, bro.
Oh God. I do think Texas. They're ranked number 3 for a reason. They do have a really good defense. I mean, I've watched
Yeah.
like bits and pieces of Texas. Not going to claim myself to be a Texas fan by any means, but I do think that they, on paper, probably take this.
Agreed. Yeah, they have.
I think it's going to be a good game. You've watched more Oklahoma than me. Go ahead.
No, it was Jonathan Brooks for Texas. Their lead back, 86 carries, 597 yards, and 3 touchdowns through 5 games. I mean, obviously the touchdown department, he's still doing solid, but over 100 yards a game on the ground.
yeah.
And Oklahoma has just been notorious for not being able to stop the run. So, or just notorious for having a bad defense in general. But I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I probably. Oh God, I'm gonna hate myself for this. I'm gonna take Texas. I can't take OU in this game. I think Texas is way more complete on both sides of the ball. I think Dylan Gabriel is better than Quinn Ewers, but
All right. Well, I personally don't think he's right. I do think he's right on the call that Texas will win, but I definitely think Quinn Ewers is the better quarterback.
I'm
The
biased.
guy has been looking good in the last couple of games.
I don't think it's. I mean, I can't. Like, I'm not going to call myself a whatever this guy's name is, like, truther. What's his name? Dylan Gabriel.
Dylan Brooks.
Dylan Brooks.
No,
Dylan-
definitely not Dylan Brooks.
Oh, Dylan Gabriel.
Brooks,
Yeah, it is
I don't think
Dylan
Dylan Brooks is that good. I can't wait till we get to basketball on this because oh my God.
Yeah, we're gonna cook that.
That'll be you two.
no, but yeah.
The spread is at 5.5. So
Yes.
it's a lot tighter than I expected.
Well, it's the Red River.
The over/under is at 60.5, so I think it'll be a pretty high-scoring game. Vegas knows, as we said. I am gonna go Texas here, pretty sure-handedly.
I'm gonna go Texas. And Mike already said he's going
That's
Texas
3 for
too. That's
3.
3 for
Take
3.
the over on that though. That point spread.
Oh yeah, definitely. If you're listening to us, definitely take that over for tomorrow. I would definitely smash that. And then we got a real dog of a matchup in the other game highlight we got here. We got University of Georgia versus University of Kentucky.
Okay.
We got one football school versus a basketball school?
Not anymore.
Basketball?
I don't think they're only a basketball school. Kirby Smart actually was saying the other day that every single SEC team should be ranked right now. And if you're an SEC school who is, I can't really think of any examples besides Kentucky that are SEC schools that are supposed to be basketball schools. Is there any other ones that I'm thinking about? Like maybe Tennessee as of recently,
No,
but like
absolutely.
Alabama?
Tennessee
they're
was
football school.
phenomenal in football last year.
Alabama.
Hendon Hooker and Jalen Hyatt.
no, I know I went to like 4 games.
Oh yeah, you also went there.
They're also really good at basketball.
Oh no, they're great at basketball.
They
You
have
can't
been
call them a
pretty
They
basketball
are
school.
there,
You
yeah.
can't call them a
But
basketball school.
regardless, like Kentucky as a football program has shown in the last 2 years that it's not the Kentucky of old. It's not gonna be everyone's getting killed, everyone's doing all of this stuff. I think they're actually pretty competitive in it.
Benny Snell.
Benny Snell's a pole.
Benny Snell Jr.
Wow.
Greatest running back into Kentucky history. Benny
I
Snell.
forgot about Benny Snell.
I mean, this
Wandale
year
Robinson.
Wandale.
Yeah.
Wandale.
Sir.
Well, Levi's.
So I mean, I don't know what Will's doing. Probably Ian Mayo somewhere. Weird.
So I do want to say I think Georgia 86% chance to win. We're talking about eating mayo?
Well,
Oh, he has the Mayo deal.
He has the Mayo deal because he's weird and eats mayo by like
In
the
his coffee.
spoonful.
Yep.
It's weird.
Yeah. Georgia hasn't lost in probably like 62 years. So I do think it's Georgia like pretty sure-handedly again, but it
What about the
has-
undefeatedness on Kentucky? That like
It doesn't
this year,
matter.
This year,
That doesn't matter.
I mean, doesn't matter. But we just saw Georgia in a tight game last week. They barely pulled out the game last week.
It was Auburn last week.
Yeah, it was Auburn, but they're unranked. Kentucky is ranked this year.
Yeah, but you could also make the argument that Auburn is a better team than
Kentucky, do you think so? I think Kentucky's the better team this year. We're not talking past, obviously.
Well,
The pedigree of Auburn is way higher in football than
Obviously.
Kentucky. But this year, Kentucky looks
They do look.
real.
I didn't say that it was true. I said you could probably make the argument. You could pull the defensive stats out of your wherever you would like to pull those stats out from.
But
I
yeah,
don't know
I
where
mean,
you want to get your stats from. Where do you want to get your stats from?
he told us. No, he told me there's a class. What? Where did you say your professor? What's the website? You said
Oh,
your
God.
professor
I don't.
Cafone told you about it.
I don't remember the name.
Ah, darn it. All right, well, it is what it is.
I almost fell out of the chair.
Okay, so yeah, you guys are both going Uga on this one.
Big
easily,
ups on Uga
easily.
today. Big ups.
All right, well, you know what? Just because I don't want to ruin Kentucky's luck, I'm gonna go Kentucky on this one.
Terrible.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Kentucky instead of just going with Uga. I'm gonna be the rebel, the black sheep here. But we're gonna take a little quick 5-minute break. Stand up, go to the bathroom, only for a slight second, and we could have the editor just throw in some highlights.
Sure.
And we'll be right back to
What?
go over
That's Ox.
Stardom and
Sure. Where did it come
we will
from,
be
though?
right back.
That's my problem. Like, where does it even come from?
Oh, how's Insta Live?
Combination. All right, there
That
we
was
go.
good. That was actually good. You sound like Drake. You
Thank
look like
you.
Drake.
I don't know if I would like that. My girlfriend's more of a dark-skinned man.
You look like Ezekiel Elliott.
There you go. I know
Ooh.
Chanel's gonna love that one. That ugly.
Chanel's a cool name.
Yes, I know. CC, by the way, Chanel Cooper.
CC, do you love me?
I do.
Kiki.
I do, CC. I do love you.
You are not about to start singing right now.
He
He's so
was-
wholesome.
he was
I'm gonna
so
sing in
very
mood,
much
bro.
so.
Drake dropped today.
He was very much so doing
The
it for all
six.
all the dogs and them. All right, that was corny. Fantasy football, Stardom and Situms. We love this part of the show, and we're gonna have fun with this edit because this film might be very, very good, honestly. But We are back. Stardom and Siddums for these two bozos on the opposite side of my table here.
Hey.
These gentlemen are gonna give you what they think that you should start and what you should sit to help you get through this week. We do it every week. Last week we did not keep tally. Michael Connor was not here with us.
Yeah, literally one of the QB that I picked ended up not playing. I picked Deshaun Watson, and then the running back that I said to start, Javonte Williams, hurt his hip
got
on
hurt
the second drive of the game.
Yeah.
Oh my god, so I won.
And, probably.
No.
Probably.
You had a worse percentage than me.
Two of them shouldn't count.
All right.
All right.
We'll
figure it out.
We'll chalk that up and take a look later. But
We'll
anyway.
figure it out. It'll definitely be on the Instagram as a nice little thing. But let's get straight to it, gentlemen. What are you guys starting and sitting this week? Who wants to go first?
Connor, lead us off, bro.
Me.
All right,
Yeah.
Connor.
All right,
let's
so
go.
I got we're starting Josh Dobbs this week. He so far he's actually shown a good amount of rushing upside, and I know a couple weeks ago I talked about Daniel Jones, and that hasn't really translated as much this year. But you look at guys like Anthony Richardson and Jalen Hurts, and even Justin Herbert this year is averaging more points per game through rushing than any year in his life, and he's the quarterback 4, maybe 5.
Yeah.
I do think Josh Dobbs is definitely a start this week. Cincinnati's not playing well at all. I do like a lot of this Arizona offense and the emergence of Michael Wilson last week out of
Big
Stanford.
dog.
One of actually the receivers I really liked coming out of this draft.
Yeah.
He was going very late in a lot of best ball drafts, and I actually have him on all 6 of my dynasty leagues. I've traded a bunch of stuff for him. I really do believe in him. I think he's gonna be very good. Big guy, and he's a good deep ball guy, which means higher yards per attempt for Josh Dobbs, meaning production's gonna be there. Start Josh Dobbs, lock it in.
Lock it in.
All
Who
right.
we going, Micah?
So I'm going to go a guy that I had sit 2 weeks ago. I'm going to say start Jordan Love this week.
Why you can't do that? He's a quarterback 4.
Shut the
I'm kidding. Let's go.
He ain't an auto start. You know that.
No, I know.
Raiders are a top 7 matchup in terms of fantasy points for opposing quarterbacks. He is the QB4 this year. I mean, he has rushing upside. He has a rushing touchdown in back-to-back games. And he's number 1 in the entire NFL in intended air yards per pass attempt, and the Raiders are really bad against the deep ball. He has to hit Jaden Reed, Romeo Dobbs, a couple deep balls this game. Oh, God, what's that?
Christian Watson.
Christian Watson. But there's
Sammy Toure.
No, there's one more. Oh, God, this is going to eat me alive. I can't remember his name. I got to look it up. But anyway, we could move on to...
Jadon Reed?
No, I said him already.
You said Reed, Dobbs, Romeo Dobbs, Reed, Watson. Torrey,
Oh, my God. I know exactly who you're
Luke
talking
Musgrave.
No, bro. I'm going to...
It's gonna make me mad.
Dontavia Wicks.
No!
Oh, yes, that's right.
That's crazy. If you're good. You got another set?
Yeah. Start Jordan Love this week.
All right, I got him. My sit quarterback this week is pretty hot, actually. I think. I want to sit Anthony Richardson this week.
Really?
What is the reasoning for this?
So I do think that as we talked about, no, actually we haven't talked about it, but Cooper Kupp and Jonathan Taylor are both playing this week, hopefully.
Yep.
Cooper Kupp is officially playing. Jonathan Taylor is trending to be playing. I do think that poses an issue for the Colts. If they want to work Jonathan Taylor back in, he might start a little slow. The offense might not be at the tip-top shape as it was. And also, Tennessee has perennially, for however many years now, has been a very good run defense.
For no reason.
Yeah, it's actually crazy. Vrabel's on some, coaching wizardry.
Shout out Jeffrey Simmons.
I'm saying. And, I don't know anyone else.
They don't have Jarrell Casey. anymore.
And he's been really iffy in pass production, on a points per game basis.
Yeah.
He's a good quarterback for a rookie. I think his rushing upside is probably second to none. If you're talking Lamar Jackson and him, I think in the same category right now.
Okay.
I think that's pretty safe. But I do think if that rushing is taken away by that good Tennessee defense, I'm going to fade him this week just because through the air production is not there.
Fair enough.
So I'm gonna fade Dakota Prescott this week.
I was going to say Dakota too. That's actually insane.
Yeah, Dak is hitting the bench. He's hitting the showers this weekend. He's got obviously a tough matchup against San Francisco 49ers defense on paper, and they're allowing the 5th fewest yards in the NFL, just total yards, so that offense might have trouble getting going, and if it does, Dak isn't going to be able to rack up any production, and he has no rushing upside anymore. He does not
He has
run
nothing
the ball
with
his legs. He's 11 carries in 4 games.
Are we afraid Dak is worried worried about like the leg injury.
I definitely think that's
like
part of it.
like when you think about
100%.
that broken
He might not
leg
be
injury.
worried about it. It might just be like physically hindering him.
That's what I'm thinking. We haven't seen him run really since that when he
before
broke his
that,
leg.
before the ankle injury.
Yeah. So like, I don't know if we'll ever see that Dak before, but that's what made
it's
Dak
more-
one of the
it's
best
game manager
fantasy.
Dak now.
Yeah, it's more game manager, and
Like
he's
Joe Burrow.
but he's not a game manager though. I don't think Dak has never, in my opinion, given me game management. He gave me, I'm the guy. I'm that guy that can fucking run. I can throw the ball. I'm athletic. Obviously, you got Anthony Richardson now. You have
but
Justin
that was
Fields
him.
now.
That was him pre-injury.
No, I'm saying
Oh, yeah.
and I'm
Now-
saying now with the injury, he's not
Game manager.
he's not a game manager though.
You don't think that he gives you game manager
No.
vibes?
So what is he?
To me, Dak is probably the highest serviceable quarterback in the NFL.
Who is also a game manager?
Wow.
Not, I've literally watched Dak in 2 minutes blow opportunities to win games.
I think
just last
you're really
week-
underrating him.
No, I'm saying, you think about last week. You had against the Cardinals the opportunity to win the game. What happened in the red zone?
I don't know. You tell me, Brody.
He threw an interception. What kind of game management is that?
And
that
he's
is
not.
something
He's
we-
not gonna. He's not gonna bat 1,000. He's not gonna win every single game. And lead
Okay,
every
not
single
bad
team
at
in the drive.
1,000. What happened to almost every other game last year?
Yeah.
Dak Prescott is not a quarterback that
But
is a
he-
game manager.
he
How
does-
how he's supposed to be.
He does look. I will admit, he does look a lot better than last year.
He does as of
Well,
starting
he's
as of
way more
starting right now.
way more efficient.
Yeah.
Yes, I will say efficiency this year up, but as a whole, since the leg injury, he was supposed to become a time management field general. He is not that.
He's a game manager.
He's not. To me, he is not a game manager. I think he is the highest
Are
level
you taking
of
him or Purdy?
Purdy.
I don't.
I'm taking
Him or
Brock
Tu-
Purdy.
Him or Tua?
Tua.
Tua,
easily.
yeah, Tua this year.
Not even close.
Tua
I'm
this year.
trying to trick him.
Tua this year.
Brock Purdy.
Um,
Brock. Any quarterback can thrive in that
I
system.
I would
Kenny,
take Brock
Kenny
Purdy.
Pickett or Dak Prescott?
Oh my
Dak
God,
Prescott.
All right, yo, we
Dak Prescott.
we
Oh,
can-
that's not a
we can
question.
s-
That's
Let
not
me
a
get a
que-
good one here.
Go ahead. We got a
Yeah,
couple
one
minutes.
more,
Kirk
yeah.
off.
Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, I would say Kirk Cousins on that one. That's an interesting one because Kirko and him, in my opinion, are like that. They're on that same tier. Like one tier A is obviously Patty Mahomes, Josh Allen.
They're like a CD.
Yeah, I would say like they're
Like
like,
low
the
B, high
highest.
C.
Yeah, high mid high B.
Kirk,
Like
Dak, Jared Goff.
yeah, Kirk, Dak, Jared
I'm
Goff,
taking Jared Goff.
Put
so
Jared Goff
easily.
at the top.
top of
Put
that
Jared
list.
Goff at the top of
the
that
list.
tier.
Then
you
Kirk.
can't put him in the tier that you have guys like Tua and Herbert in. And Lamar.
Yeah, they're the tier right underneath Patrick Mahomes, Burrow.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he's not having a great year this year, but
You know,
Burrow and Allen.
Where's Stroud gonna be?
CJ Stroud, in my opinion,
Back
is
end of tier
already a step. I think he's in the category of Jared Goff, Kirk Cousins, and Dak Prescott.
Back end
That's a
of
good
tier
take.
3.
You know who's actually CJ Stroud's number one wide receiver?
Nico Collins.
It's Nico Collins, who I am in fact sitting this week against the Atlanta Falcons for my first sit wide receiver. I think that AJ
Wait, we
Terrell.
skipped running backs.
Yeah, no, we're going wide receivers first this week.
We're-
I'm
oh,
feeling
we're-
frisky. I'm
okay.
feeling frisky. I don't know what it is.
Drake drop, Moon's in retrograde. Mercury's in retrograde. Let's go. Bro.
Okay, we're
I'm saying,
changing all this stuff up.
Yeah, so Nico Collins obviously had a huge week last week, but he's playing Atlanta this week. AJ Terrell is one of the few corners in the league who still shadows wide receivers.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna have to respect Nico Collins enough to follow him like that. And I think that this run defense for the Falcons is pretty terrible.
You're thinking Damian Pierce game?
Damian Pierce gonna have a good game, I think. I think Devin Singletary might get in the mix, take a couple carries, be efficient with it.
I don't have him anymore,
Throw
but
another touchdown, Devin Singletary.
oh my god, yeah. I'm definitely a Damian Pierce truther. Don't have him on any of my teams any longer, but I'm telling you, Damian Pierce by the end of the year, league winner.
Give us your start too, Connor, at receiver.
So my start this week is actually Zay Jones.
What
Yeah.
in the world? The number one waiver wire king makes his showing again.
Let me hear
So
it.
Zay Jones actually in the beginning of the year, I think it was, when did he get hurt? Week 2?
Yes.
He got hurt during the week 2 game. During that time span in the preseason and that week 1, when all the stars were on the field and they were in 2 wide receiver sets, it was Calvin Ridley and Zay Jones, not Christian Kirk.
Christian Kirk is better than Zay Jones.
I agree. But if the usage that we're seeing when all three of them are healthy aligns, I think I might be a week early on this jump, but Zay Jones is good. And Trevor Lawrence has looked better with Zay Jones in the field.
That's fair.
He has not had a good game since week 1.
Yeah, no.
I think Zay Jones kind of jumps off the stat sheet a little bit, might catch a touchdown. You know, he had that crazy catch in the back corner of the end zone at week 1 against the Colts. Like, I think he's really going to do things.
All right.
So
who we got starting sit for you, bud?
For wide receiver.
Oh, wait, also, Trey White just tore his Achilles.
Yeah.
So those
Which
corners are going to get fried this
Christian
weekend.
Kirk is going to have a big week. Anyway,
Kyrie Elam is going to get fried.
So I'm starting Adam Thielen at receiver.
Old man Adam Thielen.
Old man, Mr. Consistency, Adam Thielen. 8+ targets in 3 straight games. He's, no matter who's at quarterback in that offense, he's their number 1 target. Lions are a middle-of-the-road pass defense, and they're obviously susceptible to letting a receiver like Adam Thielen drop significant points. I mean,
a senior citizen
yeah,
like
I guess.
Adam Thielen.
I mean, they did. Romeo Dobbs just cooked them for 18.5 last week. Most of it was garbage time work, but they still allowed a receiver to drop 15+ again.
Yeah.
I think Thielen's going to continue that streak this week. And then I am sitting Cortland Sutton. The Jets' pass defense is obviously money and Sauce. He's probably going to go up against Sauce. I think they'll have him against Sutton and not Jerry Jeudy because Sutton has been more explosive this year.
He's bigger, too. It's a size thing.
And
DJ
Russ,
Reed's a little bit smaller than Sauce. So I think it makes sense that way.
Agreed. And Russ is obviously a questionable play at QB against that
You
Jets
don't like
defense.
Russ cooking?
He might struggle against that Jets defense, and if that happens, I think Sutton's going to suffer from it.
All right, fair enough. All right, since we jumped ahead, let's go back one step. What are we doing for the RBs of the week starts?
You like this one. I'm starting Miles Sanders, actually.
But he's hurt.
No, he's not. He's playing.
So he's
full participant today.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I made sure to check up on that because I wanted to start him, and regardless, they're playing indoors. It's always a plus.
Okay.
I have friends who are big indoor guys, so I hope they're hearing this right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be a bounce back game for the Panthers. I don't think this Detroit defense is anything too special.
Yeah.
I think Bryce Young's going to have a better game. As you said, Adam Thielen.
Oh, man, Thielen, baby.
If he does well, I think they're going to have opportunities in the red zone.
Yeah.
Chuba Hubbard's obviously going to be a factor, but I'm going to go with the bigger guy in the goal line. Miles Sanders might have a touchdown or 2 on the goal line this week.
All right. And then, Micah, who we going for the start?
Give me the one-knee wonder. Give me Breece Hall.
The one-knee wonder.
Obviously,
crazy.
like you mentioned before, Salah said that there's no more workload cap on or touch limit on Breece Hall.
Yeah.
Denver is definitely the worst defense in football by a wide margin, and they just allowed Khalil Herbert to go over a buck and a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
And Breece Hall is better than Khalil Herbert. He's more explosive even after this injury.
All right.
I thought you were going to disagree with me there.
I know. I want everybody that's not believing in Breece to step outside and step out into the public.
I drafted Breece at like the 4-6 in my biggest league, and I was 0-3 because I also drafted Jonathan Taylor and Cooper Kupp.
Oh, wow.
But I recently just traded Breece for like a Madison and Amon-Ra deal, and Amon-Ra's doubtful for tomorrow.
Wait, you got both of them for Breece Hall?
No, and Kupp.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
That is a bit of important information.
Yeah, that was.
Anyway,
Point being, I do believe in Breece. I like that start.
who you sitting at running back this week?
Kyren Williams.
What is that one for? Because he's been getting almost 20 touches a game.
Yeah, so Sean McVay actually came out and said that he wants to, protect Kyren a little bit more. He had to exit the last game. Ronnie Rivers came in for him. It was a hip injury, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, hip contusion.
Yeah, so, just stuff like that. You don't want to get your best players dinked up, and they look good. Like they look like they
surprised me.
And like they come out with Cooper Kupp now in week 4 after splitting.
They surprised me big time.
Like,
I definitely had no hope for them, at least for this season, especially with
that Puka effect,
the
bro.
Cooper injury. Yeah, it really is Puka. But Micah,
I'm not talking mine.
He didn't even get to give his reasoning.
Oh, I thought. Sorry,
that's part of it. They're also playing Philly, which is Philly run defense, and excuse me, guys. Sorry.
He couldn't see. Can't see.
And I think that they're gonna try and air that ish out today. On Sunday. Cooper Kupp's back. Puka. I think the Eagles
2-2
out. Stop it.
I mean, Tutu, I think still
He's
has
a non-factor now.
No, I honestly still think
For fantasy, he's a non-factor.
I
Oh,
still
fantasy,
think
yeah.
I still think there's a play for him. Maybe depending on matchup, schedule adjusted. Tutu is a different type of player than Puka is, but I think they're both explosive players. Puka is more of an inside down below the numbers kind of guy. Tutu is gonna take the top off. He's their speedster, over the top kind of guy.
The top of.
And I really think that Tutu
Song sucks.
will still have himself a play, quite possibly.
I like that song.
Sorry.
These two are arguing over songs they like.
At the
But
top of.
all right,
Continue.
where we going with our sits over
Probably,
here?
probably won't have any arguments here. I'm gonna sit Raheem Mostert this week.
Yeah, I traded him.
Yeah, I that backfield is pretty much Devon Achane's or Achan. however-
Achan.
I was gonna say.
Achan.
Better fix your pronunciation.
He did give us. Editor, put that in here right over us right now. Just put the video of him telling us how to pronounce it.
Achan, whatever. Back-to-back 100-yard games, 100-yard plus, 200-yard game, and a 100-yard game and a touchdown. And Raheem Mostert had 7 attempts last week. It's just the volume is decreasing for him, and as much as you want to trust him against the Giants defense that can let up home run plays like that, I don't think he's as safe of a play as he was. He's definitely not as safe of a play as he used to be.
He's less safe, but I think like this is the most safe he's gonna be for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Like I think he's startable, but like there's a bunch of guys like I think he like for me he'd probably be in like the 25 to 30 range.
Right now, I'd probably have him in like the 15 to 25.
This week I think we know Achan's gonna take that over, bro.
Yeah, probably by the end of the year.
That's why-
You're looking.
that's why I sold him.
I think you're still looking at Raheem still being a big part of the offense, because the only issue is you got to get rid of Jeff Wilson if you want.
Jeff Wilson's whatever.
He's
Yeah,
gonna
like,
be a healthy scratch. when
He's gonna
back,
be
I
a healthy
guarantee it.
scratch, but like I think Raheem Mostert still has play. Don't think
I'm
that
not-
you
I'm
have
not
to
saying-
trade him away,
I'm not
but
saying that you have to dump him or you have to bench him. He's my bench this week. He's
yeah,
my,
just this
sit.
week, which is understandable. But we'll see what the rest of the season looks like in that backfield because it's not perfect yet.
Agreed.
Tight ends.
Moving on to tight ends, Connor, you want to lead us off with your?
Yeah, I'm actually. This is gonna be a wild one right here. I'm starting Jonnu Smith.
Not wild at all.
I
Not
think.
wild at all.
Look at me. You know, you want to say whatever about Kyle Pitts.
Sorry, my bad.
I think Kyle Pitts, just isn't producing. He had 15 last week, 15 fantasy points. That is, he had 6 targets. He converted it into 95 yards. I think Jonnu Smith is, one of Arthur Smith's people. Arthur Smith brought him in. He had him in Tennessee. I think it's really a match made in heaven. They obviously have something going, so they're gonna keep it going.
Crazy stat. Falcons #1 pass team to the tight end. How do you have Kyle Pitts?
Are they actually?
They throw
No,
to
you're
the tight
lying.
lead the league in throwing to tight ends. Yes.
No
The
way.
target percentage.
Target. I think they target the tight end the most in their pass
target
offense.
percentage. That probably makes sense because it's
And
such a low
Ritter
volume.
doesn't throw the ball.
Yeah, he
that
doesn't.
much.
He doesn't throw it that much, but
Yeah.
they target the tight end a lot. And to think you have Kyle Pitts and you are leading the league in tight end targets, and it's not Kyle Pitts. So yeah, I agree with you totally on that Jonnu Smith pick. Who's your sit-em tight end?
We gotta go Micah start first.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So my start tight end this week is I wanted to mention it before, Tyler Higbee for the Rams. He's always been serviceable. The Eagles have allowed the 3rd most points to the tight end position all year. Cooper Kupp coming back will take some targets away, but it'll also open up the middle of the field more for Tyler Higbee to do what he does best. I think he's good for maybe a touchdown this weekend. 7 catches, 70 yards. I think he'll have a pretty nice week this week.
All right. Tyler Higbee, I like him a lot. I actually had him last year as a very big benefit to my team, especially with the Cooper Kupp injury. I like Tyler Higbee for this game also, with the return of Cooper Kupp making the offense kind of fuzzy.
It's not. I think it's gonna look great.
No,
I
not
agree.
fuzzy. Not fuzzy in a bad way. Fuzzy in the
Like the target disparity?
who's
Yeah.
really getting the targets? Because maybe they try to force feed Cooper. He's not fully healthy and not there. You're gonna try to go to Puka. Then it's like if you can't get either one of them. Obviously, I think the first go-to for Matthew Stafford is comfort blanket, Tyler Higbee. Unless you're trying to shoot the moon out and you're going to 2-2 down the
Or
field.
Van Jefferson.
I mean, that guy.
Ben
Oh
Skoranek.
my God, those guys. I thought Ben Skoranek didn't even play any longer.
screwed.
That's how
He comes
how
with the
bottom
block.
metal.
He comes to
He's
block,
a
bro.
fullback receiver hybrid.
It's
That's
insane.
crazy.
It's actually insane.
And he was a big
I do,
help for
I do
them
want to
year
say
last
one
year.
thing though. I do think that people are underestimating what Puka is going to do, like going forward.
Okay.
Like I think he's actually solidified himself as like a mid to high end wide receiver 2 in fantasy. I think Stafford looks really good, like a lot better than people are giving him credit for. Obviously, the interception issue has always been prominent with Matt Staff, but Sean McVay, Staff. I think Puka's a really good football player. It's not just a product of Staff.
Agreed.
He has 500 yards through 4 weeks for a reason.
Yeah.
And he also only had 1 touchdown in that span. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. 35 targets in the first 2 weeks for Puka Nacua is something that
We'll never see that again.
It literally has never been done, and it
Yeah.
might never be done again.
Yeah.
He's the real deal.
All right, so now we're on the final ones. Tight end sit-ems. What are we doing?
This is going to go a little with my theme from earlier about Zay Jones, but I do want to sit Evan Ingram this week. I do think that Zay Jones coming back into this game does affect the target shares a little bit. I do actually, I have Evan Ingram on a lot of teams, but he only had 9 points the first week when Zay Jones was active, and that was a more competitive game. Who do they play this week? Sorry, everyone. The Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
So I think they might be down a little bit. The passing volume might be up more, but they might want to run the ball more just to keep it out of Josh Allen's hands.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that could happen, but I think Zay Jones coming back into this offense makes Zay Jones and Evan Ingram like the 3A, 3B
Kind of set up.
target.
Yeah.
Maybe even, all three of Christian Kirk, Zay Jones, and Ingram in the same tier. I think Calvin Ridley's still going to,
Eat.
get
Christian
mass.
Kirk has been the wide receiver 1 of that offense this year, not Calvin Ridley.
That's a lie.
That's not a lie.
Not by target. By
You-
target share?
You think?
By target share?
Uh-oh.
Outside of maybe week 1, which is fair, but yeah, no, hold up.
If we're combining it all, and then I think weeks 2 through 4, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But
fair.
with the injury.
Ridley had like that crazy.
Yeah, that's true. Christian Kirk has 35 targets so far this year. Calvin Ridley has 28.
Well, just it's not that bad. But wasn't
it's
Ridley
not that
hurt?
much.
Wasn't Ridley hurt? Missed a game?
No.
No, I think
It's a Lawrence problem
there-
though.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it's and I'm not saying that Christian Kirk is the receiver to take over Calvin Ridley. I'm just saying there's no way that I can put at this point in the season put Christian Kirk below Zay Jones. I don't think that 2 wide receiver set thing is going to hold true again. I think that Christian Kirk has worked his way into that safe.
I'm gonna send you a picture over the weekend when it happens.
All right.
All right.
Anyway,
All right. So tight end sit for you, Micah.
ended it off on Kyle Pitts.
there wasn't a more obvious.
no,
Dude,
not at
I'm gonna be
all.
honest. I really was struggling to find someone this week, and
All the tight ends are good. Like
Luke Musgrave, you could have went with. Nobody believes in him, and
He's
I don't know
concussed.
I
why.
like him.
he's concussed.
Oh wait,
You
well,
can't-
is he playing? Do we?
He,
know?
he was a full participant on Friday.
So
But
he'll
there's only
probably
been
play.
one player this entire year to play the week after being concussed. So I don't know how that's gonna work.
But yeah, Kyle Pitts, you can't trust him. You can't trust Desmond Ritter. He's got 5 or less targets in 3 out of 4 games this year. Jonnu Smith out-targeted and out-recepted.
Received.
Yeah, he
Received.
out-received him last week. And I like Connor's take about Jonnu Smith being a start this week. So yeah, definitely fade Kyle Pitts.
It's nice that we can both win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's nice.
All right, guys. We get to the final part of the show. We all know what this is. This is Debate the Greats. Let's make it quick because our boy Micah definitely said he needed to be out of the building at 5 on the dot.
ASAP.
So we will go over this real
ASAP.
quick. This one is a really good one because it's about a Hall of Fame level coach, which we all know this is true. This question was kind of starts off being about Mac Jones, but leads into a conversation about Bill Belichick. We are going to be listening to Damian Woody, who was on Get Up this past week, and he spoke to saying that the GM, Bill Belichick, is affecting head coach Bill Belichick's legacy. So let's take a listen and then talk about what we think afterwards.
Now, look, you started your career playing for Bill, and Bill deserves all the credit in the world. He is the most accomplished head coach in modern pro football history, and you know him better than any of the rest of us, having played for him. But lately, it feels like that whole "in Bill we trust" thing, all these decisions that we generally just give him the benefit of the doubt, it feels like a very long time since one of them turned out to work.
For the first time in a long time, New England Patriots are irrelevant. Think about that. The preeminent dynasty in the National Football League, they are irrelevant as it relates to the rest of the National Football League. And a lot of that has to do with Bill Belichick, the GM, not necessarily Bill Belichick, the coach. No one can deny, no one can deny his coaching acumen. I've always say he's a football genius, but the GM is killing the coach in Bill Belichick right now.
That's a lip.
All right. Editor Connor, if we can, just get the whole clip and just edit it into the video. So, yeah, that way we don't have to, because that was a little low. But for the ones that are here in this room, you all heard it. My question is, for you guys, do you agree? GM Belichick, is it ruining head coach Belichick's legacy, or is that just what's ruining the team currently? Who wants to take it first?
I don't know. I definitely want to hit the button on the camera so we have that recorded for later.
Okay, good. So then Micah.
Hey!
Oh, no.
No, you good. I'll
That's
wait.
on
I'll
there,
wait.
bro.
I'll wait.
Does it say? Is there any message on that right there?
No.
Okay.
Straight.
I'll wait.
We good?
Dick.
All right.
Head.
But yeah, so go ahead. Connor, I guess you go first.
Sorry, everyone.
Just I'll repeat the question for the camera though. GM Bill Belichick, is GM Bill Belichick ruining head coach Bill Belichick's legacy, or is it just the side effect of Brady leaving and what they're suffering with currently?
I do actually want to pull up his draft picks because I think
have
that's a big thing.
Oh, Micah, you got it. Go ahead, hit us with
Can you
it.
put it right here, sir?
Yeah, hit us with that real quick.
Just the first round.
Yeah. So, all right. First round
2018
picks.
to 2020.
Okay. First round picks. It's 28. Why isn't the rest of them up here?
I don't know. I didn't write the article.
Oh, nice. I know most of the more recent ones though. So Isaiah Wynn,
Bust.
bust. Sony Michel,
Bust.
bust. Duke Dawson,
Second round pick. Bust.
Nikhil Harry,
Bust.
Joe Juan Williams,
Bust.
Kyle Duggar,
Hit.
bang.
I was like, yeah, he hit on Kyle Duggar for sure. He was out
Okay,
of
all right, yeah.
And
we'll
then
do
this-
it now.
They actually
Louisiana
have-
Lafayette. I think he went
They have
to.
free agent signings in here too.
No, it's
No, they signed Stephon Gilmore, W.
W.
Both of them McCourty brothers,
W.
Adrian Claiborne,
Eh.
2.5 sacks in 1 year. L.
I think they missed a couple. Like Hunter Henry was a free agent.
Yeah,
signing.
he
They
was a
missed one.
great pickup.
Kendrick Bourne was a great
Gesicki.
pickup.
Mm-hmm.
You know, more recent draft picks. You don't really know about Tyquan Thornton yet.
Mm-hmm.
More than likely,
Cole
he's a
Strange.
bust. Cole Strange is good.
Yep.
So what are we talking? What are we talking, guys?
I don't think he's making the wrong decisions. I think if you're a GM, like, I'm going to make this really weird reference right here, but, like, you're playing Madden franchise. You're not signing guys who aren't good when you're playing with them.
Mm-hmm.
If you're Bill Belichick, you're not signing guys that are not fitting into your defensive or Bill O'Brien's offensive scheme.
Yeah.
Obviously, all coaches do that, but it's more of a sway with Bill Belichick because he's the person doing all of it.
Yeah.
I think that's more the thing that we're seeing is like it doesn't look glitzy, it doesn't look glamorous, and right now they're kind of feeling that because they have no big play guys. You know, I like Ramondre Stevenson a lot. Kendrick Bourne has been good. Juju's not what he used to be. I like Mike Gesicki and Hunter Henry, but you know, Mac Jones is he the guy? Probably not. I don't think they have an answer.
But
at quarterback right now.
but a part of this question earlier, context wise, they were saying that, you know, Mac Jones hasn't been great, but is it Bill Belichick, the GM's fault for not putting the pieces around him, like the wide receiving room or the offensive line that hasn't
Their
been?
O-line has been good though.
No, they haven't been bad, but they haven't been
what they usually
they
are.
usually are to keep Mac Jones out of trouble, because a lot of Mac Jones's issues are under duress.
No, agreed. They've let
So-
a lot of big offensive line pieces come and go, like Shaq Mason, Joe Thuney, and David Andrews, the center.
David Andrews still
He's
there.
still there, but he's I don't believe
He's
he's still
old.
hurt, right?
No, he's playing. I
He's
think.
playing. All right.
All right,
He's
well, give
old
him-
though.
But Thuney and Shaq Mason were too big.
Yeah.
And the fall off of Nate Solder needs to be studied.
Yeah,
But,
that was crazy.
But they refused to actually attempt to bring in a legitimate wide receiver one into that offense ever since Julian Edelman retired.
Well, like they're drafting guys.
They drafted
Nikhil
Nikhil Harry,
Harry,
which was a terrible pick.
Tyquan Thornton.
Tyquan Thornton wasn't drafted to be a a wide receiver one.
He was a speed guy.
He was a burner, but he was not drafted to be
Yeah,
that.
he was just a speed guy.
That wide
But then,
receiver
like,
one
what-
that
like-
you could target 10 to 12 times a game.
I don't know.
They haven't gone out. Juju, I guess maybe they
I
wanted.
don't know
that to
why
be
they let
Santos.
Myers go.
Yeah.
Jacoby Myers was the closest thing they had to a wide receiver.
And
once
he's doing
Julian
pretty
Edelman
good.
left.
He's doing pretty good workout in Las Vegas right now.
Yeah, and he was great. I mean, he had 850 yards and 0 touchdowns that one year.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot more holes in this Patriots team than people realize, and it really does come down to Bill Belichick as a GM because you are the person that has to bring in the people to fill those holes. And I don't think he's doing as best of a job as he could. I'm not a Mac Jones supporter. I don't think Mac Jones is very good. So I can't really fault Bill Belichick too much for Mac Jones' struggles. But at the same time, I hear what you're saying about needing to bring in more protection for him, get a better receiving core around him. I like the tight end room. I like the running backs.
I mean, I agree with with Micah. Literally, what you were saying is what I like. It is GM Bill Belichick not surrounding Mac Jones with the people. If you believe Mac Jones was the guy, you went and got him for that reason
Like
with
if you
a
have,
top 10
like
pick.
if you have a quarterback who's, we're talking about a B tier quarterback, like this Patriots team could be really good.
Yeah, you give him. All right,
Because that
Jordan,
defense,
quick question.
that
All right,
defense could go toe to toe with anyone.
quick question then. All right, Jordan Love on the Patriots.
They're not much better, but they're
He's
better.
definitely better than Mac Jones.
I think as a
If that's the
team,
question.
C.J. Stroud on the Patriots.
Much better.
Way better.
CJ Stroud is a top 10 quarterback.
Bryce Young on the Patriots. And I'm only
Well,
and you
take
could
credit.
you could obviously see I'm only picking younger players. I'm not picking established guys
maybe
here.
not this year, but I would like Bryce Young going forward more than Mac Jones for sure. on
Like
the Patriots.
if Bryce Young was Mac Jones' age, they'd be crazy good. I think if CJ Stroud had the years that Mac Jones have already has, like CJ Stroud's like year 3 or year 4, whatever Mac is in right now.
Yeah.
Jesus, he's going to be insanely good.
All right, so let me get this final question in so that we can hurry up, get this show on done for our guy here. Final question for you guys is, what do you do next year if you're Belichick?
You're shipping your first, and you're shipping Mac Jones to get the number 1 overall pick, and you're drafting Caleb Williams.
no team is going to take that trade.
Why not?
Not to continue it though, Micah. What's your take?
Bears
What
have
is your take?
What if the Bears have 2 first though?
They have they have the first and the
That would be
second.
insane to move away one of those first for a first plus Mac Jones.
Yeah, I don't see where Mac Jones changes your
Quarterback
offense.
controversy. Quarterback
But
controversy.
go ahead, Micah. What are you doing? GM, next summer or this summer?
Moving on from Mac Jones if they don't make the playoffs, but I am keeping Bill Belichick at least in a head coaching role. Maybe try to replace him at GM though.
Fair enough. I agree with that. But we had a great show today. Amazing show in Studio B. We may even start doing this more often because
This is fun.
This shoot is the shoot is probably a lot better footage wise. But we love you guys. We really appreciate you guys being with us every Friday when we get up here, whether it's A or B studio. Remember, we had World College Radio Day going on. It is still going on. By the time you listen to this,
Shout out
it's
to
going to be
College Radio.
gone. But shout out. We even got a letter if you guys did not know because you're probably not on the Discord for WMSC. I
From
should
the
get you on
president.
that. From the president.
Saw it on Instagram.
Yeah.
Presidente?
El President, Joe
David
Biden.
Portnoy? Oh.
No. Unfortunately, Joe
sick.
Beasy.
The fake president.
The-
Dave Portnoy is the real president.
But yes, we really appreciate you guys. Remember, follow us on Instagram.
Thank you for tuning in this week.
We love
everybody
y'all.
Have a safe and fun weekend.
Follow us on Facebook.
And if you're also watching this on YouTube, please subscribe, please like the video, share it with your friends, get us in the algorithm. I want more views on these people.
No cap. Anyway.
We love you guys. Peace.
How's it?